Hello everyone, we meet here again.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, so today we will continue to discuss the task given last week, which is activity 5. It's about what for activity 5, what we need to do is to discuss about the supporting details that we identified before, which is under main idea, and also conclusion and the method for our topic using visual aids, which is PowerPoint slide.
Yes, I get it. So let's continue, which is discussing together based on our supporting details that we already identified. It means we must use the same topic and the things that we already write in the outline. Can someone open the outline?
Oh, sorry. I should open it first just now. Sorry. Wait a minute. Can you guys see the outline?
Yes. Yes, Aisyah.
Okay.
With the
Okay,
outline.
let's continue.
I can see your outline, Aisyah.
Okay, can you continue, Nurin?
I can see your outline, Aisyah. Sorry.
She can see.
No. Okay. I already present this outline.
But we can see. We just see the themes, not
Yeah.
the outline.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait a minute. I already present, but
Okay, now we can see.
okay. Okay, let's continue.
Okay, thank you, Aisyah. Thank you for presenting the outline. Okay, let's continue. Based on the outline that we identified before, for the main idea, the first is detrimental of health because of early pregnancy and having sex at very young age. Before we continue, Aisyah, can you open the photo that I sent just now?
Yes. Okay. This one. Can you see?
Not yet.
This one? Can you see?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, Aisyah, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, good. Okay. Based on the photo, we can see that the title of the poster is in sick or in health. This is referred to girl who married at young age, which is for good, or actually it makes them more suffer. So for the supporting details, detrimental to health refer to complications in pregnancy and childbirth, which means they are not ready physically or mentally to deal with childbirth. Other than that, it also can leading cause of death of girls aged around 15 until 19. So this is because giving birth too early causes various internal complications such as obstetric fistula that cannot be accommodated by young mothers who are still children.
How about the supporting details too?
You can continue, Sofea.
Wait, wait a minute. Jap. Okay, for the starting detail two, is main idea or supporting detail? So for supporting detail, for HIV, they are exposed to frequent activity. So they have little leverage when it comes to negotiating safe sex or gaining.
It's okay. Sophia maybe have a internet connection problem. Maybe I can explain a little bit for the second supporting details, which is HIV. Actually, a child that they are exposed to frequent unprotected sexual activity. What I can say actually, they are also have a little leverage when it comes to neglecting safe sex or gaining access to sexual and reproductive health service. For example, construction and contraception and HIV testing. So they don't have any knowledge about that. Okay. Let's continue for the main idea too.
Okay, let's continue for the main idea too.
But before that, can you see the outline first?
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
okay.
Okay, for main idea two is child is not ready for marriage commitment. For the supporting details, what I can say, they has not yet reached the stage of maturity as parents or any commitment as a husband or a wife. So it is quite difficult for them to carry out duties as a one family. If they are not ready, it is mean uh, they are also unable to think rationally on solving upcoming problems. And what matters worse, when they take the easy way out, which is divorce as a result after they got a fight. Okay.
Thank you, Syifa. I will continue. For the second supporting details, under main idea two is they do not have a stable financial. So which means they cannot afford to fulfill the needs of their family. So they just living in poverty because nowadays it's a very difficult for child underage to find a job. Moreover, they do not have any higher education qualification, which make it more difficult for them to get employment opportunities. So day by day, it's destroying household harmony.
Okay, thank you, Anu, for the second supporting details. Let's continue to the main idea three, which is destroy a child's future. Can you guys see this poster?
Yes, Aisyah.
Okay,
Yes.
let's continue for the main idea three, which is child marriage can destroy child's future. Okay, based on this picture, which is the title, Let Her Live with Pride, Not as Bride. This means a child who is growing up like other, it means that children have to live their life as a other child who is growing up, not getting married at a young age, but they live as a child. So, why they choose to get married? It is actually offer them to the end of their education. As we can see nowadays, maybe there are still those who are successful and fortunate when they marry at a young age, and work with a good career, but not also. Most of them married from poor families, and also maybe some of them their life is too social and so outdated and so on. What can I say? For the supporting details too, in main idea three, which is they need tend to deviate from their choosing career because of they have experienced the worst as they be compelled to become a dropout in order to give way their babies and family.
Okay, thank you. So I think we already done for main idea and supporting detail. So we are going to move to the next, which is conclusion and recommendation. Can we?
Yes. Wait,
Wait, before we conclude, can we go through the slide presentation first? Aisyah, please open the slide.
okay. Wait a minute. Can you can you see the slide?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Aisyah.
Sure. Let's see one by one, which is from the what's the introduction to child marriage. Okay, first of all, child marriage rob children of their childhood and can result in serious long-term consequence on their lives and health. Malaysia upholds the principle of the Convention on the Rights of the Child and the Sustainable Development Goals, which call for global action to end this harmful practice by 2013. The government of um, Malaysia is committed to addressing the factors of child marriage through the National Strategy Plan in handling the causes of child marriage, which is being monitored by a steering committee chaired by the Secretary General of the Ministry of Women, Family and Community Development.
It's okay, Sophia. Maybe Sophia have a lag connection internet. So I will continue for the profile.
Sorry
Sophia, are
for
you there?
Yeah, I'm here. My internet has a problem. Okay, so
Okay, can
let's
continue.
continue for the definition. Okay, child marriage refers to any formal marriage or informal union where partners live as if married between a fall under the age of 18 and an adult or another child. Okay, for the global estimates, based on the year 2019, 1 in 5 young women aged 20 to 24 years old married to before their 18th birthday, compared to 1 in 30 young men. So Malaysia estimates at least 1,500 children married every year as of 2018. So the global impact on the child marriage, married girls are more vulnerable to domestic violence. Many married children suffer disrupted emotional and psychological development. Also, married children are less likely to remain in school, leading to a higher risk of sustained poverty. Also, complications during pregnancy and childbirth are leading cause of death for girls between age 15 and 19. The infant mortality rate is higher for teenage um, mothers. The profile of child marriage in Malaysia based on in year 2018. Child marriage occurs in urban and rural settings across all states in Malaysia throughout all ethnic and religious community. So let's continue for the next slide. Can someone?
Me? Me? I want to continue the next slide. So the statistic of child marriage. So we can see at least 1,500 children married every year as of 2018, and it affects both boys and girls, but more girls below 18 get married than boys. In 2018, 90% were girls, and it occurs across all states and communities. And in 2018, 1,856 children married. So we can see Pahang had the highest number of non-Muslim children married, which is 102, and Sabah had the highest number of Muslim children married, which is 334. So we can continue to the cost of children.
Okay, I will explain about the next slide, which is about the cause of child marriage occurs. Okay, while child marriage occurs, we can see because of social acceptance, because of poverty, because of law that allow marriage under age 18, lack of legal status right, and service to protect a child who is undocumented, stateless, a refuge or asylum seeking. Next, because of lack of parental guidance, and lastly, unable to access education or poor school attendance. But actually, when we read news, okay, most of the majority the cause of child marriage occurs because of poverty. Okay, that because of they have a low household income, so parents force their children to get married with somebody that can help to fulfill their fulfill their needs in order to live in uh, live in
Good life.
yes, good life. Thank you, Aisyah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Ainnur, for the cause of child marriage. Okay, next we continue to the effect of child marriage. Here is four effect of the child marriage that we state in our slide, which is the first is isolate young girls and making them dependent and helpless. The second is deprive them of fundamental rights to education and safety. And the third is affect reproductive health, higher risk of poor health, which is they can get complication of childbirth, HIV, maybe abortion, and also and more. The fourth is higher risk of facing domestic violence, sexual abuse, economic dependence, poverty, divorce, and so on. The effect of child marriage that we stated before in the main idea, we have three, and this is the balance of the effect of child marriage. Next, we continue to the um, next slide. Okay.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. We continue to the law of child marriage. Okay. As we can know, child marriage and the law is there is no standardized minimum age of marriage in Malaysia, which means we are not state the same level or age. Okay, for Muslim fall under Islamic law, which is minimum age in most states is boys in 18 years old and girls in 16 years old, which means Muslims can marry under the minimum age with approval of the Sharia court. And also all the females require guardians, also we call wali consent to get married. Okay, for the non-Muslim, fall under civil law, minimum age is boys in 18 years old and also girls in 16 years old. Okay, for non-Muslim girls, aged by 16 and 17 can marry with the approval of a state chief minister. Both boys and girls below than 21 require their parents' consent. Okay, and for the non-Muslim indigenous people follow customary laws, which means they have no state the minimum of age for getting married. Next,
Okay, next, we see the national plan strategy in handling the curse of child marriage. Oh, oh, okay.
Can you see the slide?
Yes, Aisyah.
Okay.
Okay, for the
Let's
first one,
continue.
okay, thank you. Okay, for the first one is implement technical and vocational education and training. Second is provide a child grant scheme for B40 children under 5. The third is develop and implement advocacy and communication plans with multi-sectoral government and NGO sectors. Next is set minimum age of marriage at 19 for boys, 18, sorry, uh, for boys and girls in civil law, Islamic family laws, and customary law. And the last one is research and understand the social norms within different communities.
So I will explain about the recommendation and method in order to handle or to avoid child marriage. First is legal form and mandatory marriage registration as a long-term solution. So the ultimate solution must be a total ban on child marriage through reform of legislation. So we can say that Nurin state before is the minimum age of marriage regardless of the minimum age of marriage must be raised to 18 for both genders, okay, regardless of faith and ethnicity, with no exception. So the criminalization of child marriage can also be looked into as part of legal reform, and this has been implemented elsewhere in different form in acknowledgement of the fact that very often that the parties to the marriage are not the ones who are in control of the situations. So secondly, we can the government initiation of a process toward legal reform, such as a national level advocacy program, needs to be put in a place to raise awareness and educate and convince relevant parties, particularly religious leaders, that this is in the interest of healthy social and cultural development. And lastly, run a campaign to change harmful tradition and practice. This campaign can explain the inappropriateness of child marriage. So, thus would require widespread awareness and appreciation of the reasons behind it and make it illegal. But it's not impossible. We have seen Muslim countries such as Algeria, Bangladesh, Morocco, and Turkey promulgate such legislations. That's
All right. In conclusion, child marriage brings a lot of bad effects from various angles, whether it is health, economy, security, and more. So that's why child marriage should be banned. Adolescents who are still young should prioritize education over marriage at an early age. Actually, women because it carries reach to mental and physical health. Education is also very important to raise awareness and empower girls can be done through various means such as community and school program. Social media should be used effectively and creatively and exploited to spread awareness. Therefore, involvement between all stakeholders is necessary for address this issue. Where children cross borders intimacy, a solution that in the best interest of the child should remain marriage, what apparently unacceptable outcome for the child at the time has consequences for the child's future and the next generation. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Based on recommendation, method, and conclusion, we already fulfilled the task given for activity 5. So I think that's all from us. We already finished our task for activity 5. So thank you guys for good cooperation and see you in the next task. Bye bye.
Thank you
Bye.
guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you guys. Bye.